right. Road noise to start the video off. That's how we go. Okay, so here we are, Monday morning. Just tell me, he's been over here working on Supra for the last couple of days, and we're about 15 minutes away from blowing her out and cleaning her up. He's pretty close to being able to call this and ready for paint. So we got that ready to go. I got my color code laid out, and I just got to run over and make some paint. And then when we get a slot at the booth, we'll push the Supra over and get her painted. I got the hood out, and we started prepping the bottom of the hood. That's all you get to see. And Buick, we paused for a minute. We got the trunk floor ordered. We found fiberglass filler in both of the B pillars at the roof where it had been painted before, and then they decided they were going to fix the rust holes with fiberglass resin and filler. So we knocked all that out of there, and here's some of it. That's not how you're supposed to fix metal. We got the skirts out last week. Prepped the skirts. Skirts got some rust holes in them, so we'll fix that. I had saved these pieces from the shoulder panels. Kind of a builder's trick that don't throw any of your stuff away. Oh, this one's for the other side. But anyway, we're gonna cut some pieces off. Look at that nice little radius right there. And it just so happens to be super close to the radius we need for the window. So I'm going to save ourselves some time, and I'm going to modify these pieces so that I can fix the rear window channel. We started cutting the drip rail off, see what we were working with. That looks like it's going to be a pretty easy deal. So as soon as I get my hands back on it, we'll cut the drip rails off and go. We are not going to tub this car. We want to get it back to the client as soon as we can, and we're kind of finding more stuff as we go. And because of the workload and everybody else waiting, the customer and I put our heads together and said, you know, let's just not do that for now. We can do that later. Keep the cost down, keep the ball rolling, keep this thing moving. Everybody will be happy. So that's where we are on that. I've got my rust prep stuff here to be able to acid treat this whole body. So as soon as we kind of break away from what I'm about to talk about, we'll get back to Buick and get this thing acid treated and ready to start laying metal and body work on it. El Camino. So I've got the passenger side door up. Road noise. Super cool. I've got all the metal work done. This is my second skiff of body work. I'm really close to it. I just had a couple of waves I wanted to get taken care of. And then this one will be ready for primer on the outside. We did find some rust holes last week. I put some pictures up here and kind of down here a little bit, and over there and back there. And so once we get the body work done and ready for primer, I'll flip this thing over and we'll start working on metal. Here is the driver door. This one was way hammered, and the handle had been smashed on and pulled on and reefed on and bent around so much that these holes were torn, almost gone. So it was a real pain in the butt, but I got the holes re-welded and got them ground down flat, and then I got the metal kind of put back into place because it was pancaked out from the handle. And so I've got that all kind of where I want it. This is right at the edge of where the quarter panel originally got hit, and that's why we had to change the quarter panel, because it was accordion folded right here on the car. Well, the remainder of what got hit was right here on this edge of this door, and it had just slammed it hard. And so this body line right here, it was actually moved way down here, like down here to this line. And so I took and we shaped it, pulled that metal all back up where it needed to be, but we tore it while we were working on it. So I got that tear re-welded. I got all the holes re-welded. I got the holes out here done. The trim hole that needed to go away, that's gone on both these doors now. And the reason you see it's kind of in purple or blue is because that's what the acid is doing to the metal right now. So it's still wet, the acid is, and it's kind of eating down into our rust pits right now. So it's going to convert this rust stuff and kill it. and we'll be able to sand this off and then start laying body work on top of it. So doors are in process. Both fenders I showed you last week were done and ready for primer. Tailgate is now done and ready for primer. Inside and out's all been prepped, ready for rust treatment on the inside, and bed liner, edge prime, get ready for paint. So those three are ready. Hood's back over here wrapped up. It's ready to go over the paint shop, and doors are on the table. Camaro, we got one of the, well, I take that back. We got 2 of the 4 boxes we're waiting on right now. So here's the here's our circle track lug nuts that we need to make those wheels work. This is the oil cooler thermostat block. I'll explain kind of more of this when we start putting stuff together. We decided to do external battery cutoff so that you can turn this battery off from the outside of the vehicle. Oh, what do we got in here? This is our oil filter adapter. We were going to run the oil filter at the block, but we decided to run an oil cooler, so I had to replace that oil filter adapter with this one, so that way I can run my AN lines off of it to the block and then to the cooler that I'm waiting on coming in. More lug nuts. There's our hood flaps for the carbon fiber hood we're going to get coming. Battery box to relocate the battery. Here's the Mylon dipstick. And the battery relocation wiring kit. So that's all here now. We got the Dakota lithium battery came in earlier. That thing is super cool. It's about 10 pounds. Oh, here it is right next to the other box. So here's the Dakota lithium. This is 1,000 cold cranking amps and 60 amp hours out of a battery. Like here, let's do this. I'll show you. Pinky. Yeah, it's that light. So I'm gonna put that in the battery box, put that in the back of the car, and that'll be good. Lug nuts are here. I finish up brakes. My plumb bobs are hanging. Yeah, well, that's kind of where we are. That's kind of what our game plan is. We're just gonna move through the Supra, the elcamino, and the Buick, and then as time opens up, maybe this week, next week, I'll start throwing the bits on here while I'm waiting for the other boxes to show up from the other suppliers. We're in process on multiple vehicles. Back in the shop, it's a little bit cooler this morning. I figured I'd give you a little walk around. Anyway, I'll talk at you later. Hope you guys have a good week. Thanks for watching. Take care.